Hey guys, it's SirAlum1 and welcome to my Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue Trailer Analysis. Clearly, I wanted to do Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff before getting to this, but after looking at this trailer here, I think I found a lot of great stuff. Stuff that is very likely to still be new to you since I didn't see anyone else say many of the things that I brought up in this video yet. So even for being a couple days late, I think it's still worth the watch. I just want to say the overall feel of this analysis is definitely all story related, which is a huge contrast to the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, which had all that juicy gameplay. So if you're all about that juicy lore, continue with the video, my man. Let's get into it. Starting off, we have a scene of Yensid talking to Riku, Kairi, and Mickey in the mysterious tower. This is our first time seeing this room on Unreal Engine and our first look at all of these characters and new graphics. In general, Yensid's tower is much more detailed. Cracks in the wall, the pots actually have objects within them, and everything really seems more real compared to the previous games. Looking at the character models, they are by no means awful, but something about the lighting effects and flat textures leaves a little bit to be desired. Mickey's over here looking like he just hopped out of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. They didn't even get Riku's outfit right. Kairi looks alright, but Yensid is probably the model that most people thought looked funny. Most say it's an issue with his beard and how it looks more metallic and shiny rather than looking like actual hair. These models are obviously still in development, so we may see improvements in the final game, but that didn't stop members of the community visualizing what they wanted the final product to be. One of these members is an artist of the community named Shield. Shield used Photoshop to fix Yensid up and add more detail to his beard, making everything look much better. We can only hope Square Enix, after polishing, can come up with something that looks closer to this, but only time will tell. Now this is funny because I kind of feel like this is a side effect of switching to Unreal Engine. If you remember in the Kingdom Hearts 3 E3 2015 trailer, when we first got a look at the game running on Unreal Engine, Sora's face looked all weird, plastic, shiny, whatever, and then in later trailers he's starting to look more normalized and better. But back when the game was on the Luminous engine, and yes, this D23 2013 trailer I'm showing right now is on the Luminous engine, we never had an issue with any characters looking odd. Sora in that train scene, the close-up on his face looked perfect, and yeah, there was no lighting issues or anything. Everything just looked great. We never had this problem, but suddenly when switching to Unreal Engine, now whenever we see new characters, it seems like there are little issues and lighting effects and everything just like going really wrong all over the place. And before anyone says it, yes, this D23 2013 trailer, I believe, is actual gameplay of the old engine. Why else would it say freaking Kingdom Hearts 3 work in progress at the top if it was some pre-rendered crap? No, that was in-game footage. Nomura admitted that the Kingdom Hearts 3 E3 2013 trailer, so this reveal trailer, had all pre-rendered footage, and it's very obvious when you look at the gameplay. But when you look at the D23 2013 trailer, it looks more like someone is actually playing, or at least the footage is running actually on the engine. So yes, character models did not look weird back then, but suddenly look strange in the Unreal Engine. Hopefully they can do something about that. It may be just an issue of polish. We'll find out when we get some final products in our hands. But what I will say is that the Unreal Engine really knows how to make the environments look good. They really know how to use the Unreal Engine to make the environments look awesome, where on the Luminous engine, it looked alright, but what really shined was the characters. Hopefully they can find a perfect balance for this, so that the final games look really good in both departments, characters and environment. The scene itself is taking place directly after the Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance secret ending. In the Dream Drop Distance secret ending, Yensid tells Riku to bring Kairi to the tower, and that's where it eventually will just cut off. Now we see Yensid talking to Riku, Kairi, and Mickey about forming the 7 Guardians of Light in order to protect the 7 Princesses of Heart. In the conversation, Yensid directly states that we need Terra, Ventus, and Aqua for this. This confirms that Yensid is planning for the 7 lights to be Sora, Riku, Kairi, Mickey, Terra, Ventus, Aqua. Whether or not this will all go according to plan is yet to be determined in Kingdom Hearts 3, but this is the plan Yensid has in mind. Mickey says he met Aqua in the Realm of Darkness once. Now, in the Kingdom Hearts series, we know that Mickey was in the Realm of Darkness during the events of Kingdom Hearts 1, which is revealed at the Kingdom Hearts 1 ending. In that ending, Sora actually closes the door with Riku and Mickey still in the Realm of Darkness. A lot of people think somewhere in this time frame is where Mickey meets Aqua in the Realm of Darkness. But I think Mickey doesn't run into Aqua until after the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1. Why do I think that? Well, we were left a hint. However, this is a shaky hint. Take this with a huge grain of salt. Like, remember all that salt you guys had after being denied that D23 trailer? Take a grain from that storage with what I'm about to tell you. In Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, you get a secret ending that hits at a fragmentary passage, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Volume 2. Now, it's already been said that 0.2 will not contain everything that Volume 2 would have. For example, I don't think it would have these Twilight Town, Neverland, Clock Tower scenes, blah blah blah, but I do believe 0.2 will cover most things with Aqua and Mickey in the Realm of Darkness. Here we can see Mickey is wearing his Chain of Memories outfit in the Realm of Darkness. He's wielding Starseeker, but that's no big deal because Mickey is known to switch back and forth between Kingdom Key D and Starseeker. He uses Kingdom Key D in Kingdom Hearts 2, but still has the ability to wield Starseeker as we see him using it in the Datascape in Kingdom Hearts Recoded. But the fact that at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, Mickey is wearing a traditional outfit in the Realm of Darkness, and when he comes out of the Realm of Darkness in Chain of Memories, he somehow has this new outfit, and this secret movie is showing him in his Chain of Memories outfit while still in the Realm of Darkness, is telling me that this scene of Mickey potentially meeting Aqua in the Realm of Darkness is happening after the events of Kingdom Hearts 1 and sometime during Chain of Memories. If you'll remember, during Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories in Riku's Reverse Rebirth story, Mickey is only able to reach Riku by sending a bit of his light to Riku because he is still trapped in the Realm of Darkness until a bit later in the game. So I really think at some point in Chain of Memories when Mickey still has to send his light over to Riku while still being in the Realm of Darkness will also be an area in the story where Mickey runs into Aqua in the Realm of Darkness. But then again, I must stress, take this with a grain of salt, as I'm talking about info from a secret movie of a cancelled game, and secret movies for Kingdom Hearts are known to be very conceptual in nature. This hint could lead to something, or not. We'll find out when the game comes out. Anyways, the way this 0.2 scene is set up, I really think the game is going to be Mickey telling a story to Riku and Kairi, and we are playing as Aqua in the flashbacks of Mickey's story, but that's just my speculation. And one last tiny thing about 0.2, this is kind of odd, but I just wanted to point it out. Warning, once you see this, you cannot unsee it. When the trailer shows Aqua in the Realm of Darkness, the environment behind her isn't rendered in the game. It actually looks like an image, maybe even a concept art. Look closely as the camera zooms into Aqua. The environment doesn't zoom in with her, it's just a static background. Aqua's character model is essentially standing in front of a green screen, and the environment shown behind her looks like just an image that was posted on afterwards. The next segment here involves Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. And you know, talking about Kingdom Hearts Key lore without Uniphication just wouldn't feel right. So I actually invited him here with me today to talk about the Kingdom Hearts Key back cover segment.
So the trailer starts off and we get to see the environment and the Unreal Engine for the first time. This takes place in the Daybreak Town Clock Tower. Details looking great like it was said earlier, and Square Enix really seems to know how to make Unreal Engine excel with its environments.
Around the room we see various books piled up. There are test tubes in the back, some closed, some open. In the Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key E3 2015 trailer, we can see what looks like Kirthi being born from a test tube, presumably by the Master of Masters, his creator. So these test tubes here we can see are similar, but don't have the same shape. They don't have that little round shape at the end. These are much more skinny. It's interesting to note, though.
We get a conversation of the foretellers discussing a missing page from each of their books. The Book of Prophecies each of these foretellers possesses seems to have a page ripped out, and it's causing them to get paranoid and cautious as they discuss this with one another.
Ursus says there is darkness at work, but doesn't believe there's actually a traitor. In contrast to that, Leopardus thinks there's definitely a traitor. There are some clashing opinions with the group here.
The voice actors seem to be the same as Riku, Aqua, Terra Ventus, and Kairi, which goes in line with a popular reincarnation theory. This theory suggests that each of these characters are actually reincarnations of the foretellers based on design similarities with Keyblades and characters. With this in mind, Riku equals Unicornus, Aqua equals Anguis, Terra equals Ursus, Kairi equals Vulpius, and Ventus is Leopardus.
But this is unconfirmed information, and we don't truly know who does the voices of the foretellers at this time, so please do not take it as fact. And to be honest, Leopardus' voice in particular reminds me nothing of Ventus in this trailer.
There is a sixth voice in the room, telling them to basically act natural in the situation. This is not the Master of the Masters like many think, because the Master disappeared after they became foretellers. Here is a quote from Kirithi. Before my master, he who created me, disappeared, he bestowed his 6 followers with new names, and gave 5 of them a tome of prophecy. This quote from Kirithi flat out confirms that the foretellers are not speaking with the Master of Masters, as that would be impossible if he has disappeared.
But no worries, Uniphication and I actually did manage to figure out who this mysterious voice is supposed to be, and managed to figure out what this exact scene of Ki is that is being shown in the trailer. So let's look at the clues first. As this conversation is being shown in the trailer, we see the Daybreak Town clock tower. In the entire storyline of Kingdom Hearts Ki, there is only one scene where all 5 foretellers are having a conversation. This is during the dream sequence. In Kingdom Hearts Ki, there is a scene where Kirithi shows you a dream, and this dream has your character seeing inside of the clock tower. In there, he sees 5 foretellers speaking with a 6th hooded man. Look around the room. Same test tubes. Same book open on the desk. Everything in this room is in the exact same position as it would be in the trailer. Only difference is, in this version we can actually see who is standing in the room having the conversation. And the final, most important similarity, 5 foretellers are talking with a 6th person in the room. The 6th person in the trailer must be this hooded man we see in Kingdom Hearts Ki. Putting all the pieces together, it makes all too much sense. From the gist of this conversation, it seems like he's more friendly with them in this meeting, rather than hostile like it may look like when first seeing the scene on the regular Kingdom Hearts Ki.
The scene ends with the hooded man telling the foretellers to trust no one but themselves. Is he trying to manipulate them in some way?
So putting all of what we just said together, this is what we believe this scene is in context with the Kingdom Hearts Ki storyline. Now we move on to Dream Drop Distance. Not a whole lot to talk about as it is just an HD remaster, but there are a couple of points to notice. Firstly, the game looks great, graphically of course. I don't remember where I read this, but someone was saying the font of these subtitles would be the font in the actual game, but that's incorrect. The subtitle font here is just used for trailers, like they did with the original 2.5 reveal trailer, while the final game had a normal font similar to the PS2 versions. Can't believe I even had to say that, but there it is. Now, nothing really to talk about with cutscenes, so moving on to gameplay. The camera is zoomed out to a good distance. This is probably the best thing about Dream Drop Distance HD because the original's camera wasn't good. Because of it being on 3DS, the camera had to be closer to the character's back, which made it really bad when nearly every boss in the game is a giant boss. Like, why would they do that? Most of the bosses on 3DS you couldn't even fully see because the camera couldn't show them. Now that the camera is pulled back, it seems like at least one Dream Drop Distance problem is fixed. The gameplay itself looks really smooth, looks like a consistent 30 FPS, which is good because on the 3DS version of the game, the frame rate would frequently drop down to below 30, making the game very laggy. No HUD is shown in these trailers, which also makes me think they either did it for aesthetic purposes, which I don't really agree with, just to make the trailer look nice, or they didn't fully remake it for the HD release yet. Which is fine. I don't know why everyone thinks 2.8 is coming out early 2016. From what I saw, everything of 2.8 so far seems like it'll be out mid or late 2016. Probably late 2016, but we'll see. I don't work for Square. Now, Nomura said Dream Drop Distance HD is supposed to be more of a remake. When I heard that, I really just thought he meant he had to redo minigames to accommodate the new system. And from the looks of this gameplay, seems like my suspicions were right. The enemy here still doesn't really stagger from Riku's attacks, even when he is linked with his Dream Eaters. So unfortunately, Dream Drop Distance is still Dream Drop Distance so far. Which means that enemies don't stagger, broken command deck, etc, etc. But hey, I can't really say I'm surprised by that. One last thing to note here, the English trailer of the game says now in development at the end. This is super sus. In all of the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 English trailers, the end says now in development, while at the end of the same exact trailers for the Japan audience, it says 2016. Square Enix is deliberately putting now in development for us English viewers, which tells me that they don't have confidence in a 2016 release for the English versions. Now yes, it is true that in the description of the English videos it does say 2016, but honestly, if they're so sure about 2016, why not put it in all of the trailers instead of deliberately removing the 2016 for all of the English trailers? I really think they aren't 100% sure on 2016 for us, which really sucks, but hopefully this all points to nothing. I will be disappointed if the English version is delayed to very early 2017, but I guess you can say I wouldn't be surprised with all these hints being dropped. But for now, they're telling us 2016, so let's just stick with it and have faith. Anyways, that wraps up my Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailer analysis. I think I brought up new points that weren't said anywhere else, so if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, I've been SirAllen1, and I'll catch you guys later. That's all I have for you guys today, but I don't know if I can make it to the next one without your help. Give me strength.